Hello everyone, remember that top 30 Brony Musicians thing I was doing? Yeah, neither do I. Anyway, a lot of people were asking me to continue this series, and seeing as I mentioned it in my Rainbow Rocks review, I now feel kinda obligated to face my fear of reviewing music, because I suck at it, and finish what I started. So let's get back on track with 20 through 11, or the awesome tier. Number 20, Music by Octavia. Here we have yet another musician who tragically stopped making more music over a year ago, which is a shame because Music by Octavia has made some pretty interesting music. They're all covers of songs from the show, but each one in a completely different style. There's a bluegrass version of Art of the Dress, an 8-bit version of At the Gala, and even an 80s synth version of Bad Seed. But something else that is very remarkable about Music by Octavia is the fact that their music has Hasbro's legal seal of approval. So when you buy their music from iTunes or Bandcamp or whatever, a small amount of royalties go to Daniel Ingram and Hasbro, so it's yet another way to support the show we all love. Wonderful. Number 19, Coconeru. Remember that music I played for the intro and outro in my Rainbow Rocks review? That was the official-ish Camgoespony channel theme, which I commissioned from Coconeru. Before long, that theme will completely take the place of the music I currently use. The reason I figured Coconeru would be a perfect artist for my channel is that he has the rare talent of being able to do chiptune really well. Really good chiptune is hard to come by. A lot of artists are just content to make some mediocre music and pass it off as a stylistic choice, but Coconeru is able to take chiptune and make it into something really unique and special, and I am definitely very psyched to be using some of his music to represent my channel. Number 18, Feather. If your collection of Brony music has at least 20 songs in it, chances are Feather already makes an appearance in there somewhere. While Feather has a wealth of fantastic original music, her infamy comes from the frankly ridiculous amount of collaborations she does. These days, you can't even shake a stick in the music community without hitting a featuring Feather at the end of a song's title. She is everywhere, from Phony Brony's EDM to Gatto Paint's rock. And you only have to listen to one of the songs she's in to understand why she is in such high demand. Her voice truly is very amazing. Number 17, Evening Star. I'm starting to run out of things to say for all these orchestral musicians on the list. What can I say? I'm a really big fan of orchestral music, and Evening Star is just really good at it. I guess something that I could say about them is that out of all the orchestral musicians in the community, Evening Star has come the closest to sounding like Two Steps from Hell, which is basically the standard for epic orchestral music. Actually, I guess technically Carbon Maestro got the closest to sounding like Two Steps from Hell, but only because he actually just ripped off all their melodies. But that's a rant I'm not going to get into right now. Point is, Evening Star's music is fantastic. Number 16, Walt Riviera, also known as For Orchestra. This entry might be cheating a little bit, because Walt Riviera isn't exactly a brony, but he has made some pony music. Walt Riviera had a thing where he took loads of popular songs from video games to TV shows to Daft Punk and would make awesome orchestral covers of them. This included a few pony songs, and they are some of the best covers around. His cover of the Smile song is my favorite rendition of that song to date, and his take on Rainbow Factory is really neat too. So even if he's not really a part of the Brony music community, I still feel that he deserves a spot on the list. Number 15, Artem Yugerov. The True Friends song is my favorite song of Season 3, and over time I've heard some pretty good covers of it. But when I first heard Artem Yugerov's orchestral rendition of it, my jaw dropped. It has to be the single best show remix that I have ever heard. With that song and a good number of other great ones, I just had to put Artem Yugerov on the list. Number 14, Odyssey Eurobeat. Odyssey is another one of the original big three when it came to pony music. As the name suggests, Odyssey does Eurobeat. But Odyssey doesn't just do Eurobeat. His music has raised the profile of Eurobeat to a ridiculous extent. When you Google Eurobeat, Odyssey takes up half of the first page of results. And as someone who's a big fan of Eurobeat in all its formulaic glory, I'm naturally a big fan of Odyssey's music. Number 13, Ponyphonic. Ponyphonic is a bit of a one-hit wonder musician, which isn't to say that the rest of their music is bad by any means, but when I say Ponyphonic, the first, and for many people only song that pops into your head is Lullaby for a Princess. The tale of Celestia banishing Luna to the moon is a story that gets retold in song a lot, but never as famously or as well as in Lullaby for a Princess. If this was a video of top individual songs, then this song would easily be in the top 10, if not the top 5. But unfortunately, while Ponyphonic has made a number of other great songs, none of them ever reach the greatness of Lullaby for a Princess, hence the ranking at number 13. Number 12, The Living Tombstone. Do I even have to explain this one? It's the Living Tombstone, the single most popular Brony musician, and rightfully so, because his music is great. But, of course, everybody already knows that, so I guess that's it. That's all I have to say. Number 11, Archie. Whenever people complain that pony music is just taking songs and voice clips from the show and layering them on top of some generic, boring house music, the first person they would point to is Archie, and they might have a point. A lot of Archie's pony music is just house music with pieces of ponies spliced in, but there's one very important thing to remember. Archie's music is far from generic or boring. In fact, Archie makes some of the best house music that I have ever heard. Archie has a great understanding of flow in music. All his songs play like a roller coaster, with rises and drops all timed perfectly to make some incredibly energetic and exciting music. So even if his music is only pony related in the loosest sense of the term, his music is still good enough to earn him a relatively high rank on my list. And there we have it for part 2. Hopefully it won't take another several months for part 3 to come out, because that's when we're going to get into the absolute best of the best of the best. So stay tuned.